Hi friends, welcome. I'm Michelle, if we don't know each other already. This is a short flow for twisting and sort of untangling is kind of how I feel. Yeah, anytime we're sort of rotating and twisting around in the shoulders and the rib cage, it feels like an untangling of sorts. And so I really want to do that even in the short practice, layer by layer. Yeah, just like if you're untangling, a chain or a cord, you can't just pull it out and untangle the whole thing all at once. You got to go step by step, layer by layer. And anytime we're untangling, unwinding, unlearning, backing up in any way, it's helpful to go step by step so we can integrate along the way. Yeah. So that's what we're up to in this practice. No special props or anything needed. We're going to begin in a seat, just a seated meditation for a few moments. You can be in any kind of seat that's comfortable for you. I like to sit on a little block or two to support my hips, sitting on a little blanket to support your knees, whatever you need. A shape that allows you to be supported, to breathe freely, to tune inward a moment. Which isn't to say that we leave out anything else that's going on. We just sort of turn down the volume and turn up the volume of our attention to breath, the resonance of our bodies, resonance between us. If there's a particular intention beyond this sort of step-by-step unraveling we're doing, settle intention into your breath, into your bones, so that all the shapes can be about that. Your next exhale, empty all the way out. Together, find a full body breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Toward the sound of Om together, a breath in. Om. Next inhale, begin to reach up tall from your seat, and feel free to switch your seat as well if that seat's been long enough. Give yourself a little stretch, just like a morning wake up. It doesn't have to be symmetrical or specific. But then feel yourself sort of come towards center. Your front ribs draw in. There's a bit of a hug in your arm bones. Root down through your seat and reach a little taller with an inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows and send your arms as wide and even lean them back a little bit as far as you can. And then probably your ribs sort of protrude a little bit there, so bring them back in. Reach forward again and inhale, reach tall. Exhale, open wide and back behind you maybe a bit. Then soften your shoulders, draw your ribs back in. Reach up, inhale. This time, send your right arm down to the right, toward your hip or toward the floor. Stay for a breath, rolling your left ribs back, but stay rooted through your left seat. Exhale here as if you could get even longer in your spine. Then sort of push off from your right hand to sit tall again, reach up. Real simple, just to the other side. Left hand down. Roll your right ribs back, root your right seat. Shoulders away from your ears as you reach a little longer in your spine. Next inhale, let it draw you back up toward center, reach tall. One more time, peel wide, back and down. And as you sort of reintegrate through your rib cage, come forward and on toward a tabletop shape, I should say, depending on what shape you were, what seat you were in, whichever way you need to move, find that tabletop shape. And as always, on the way here or when you get here, there's a little movement you need. Feel free to find that. But eventually find yourself again integrating your hands right under your shoulders-ish with a little bit of a hug through your arm bones. Root down through your shins, through the tops of your feet. Lift up through your belly and the back of your heart. Find a full body breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Breath in, lengthen your spine. Breath out, shift weight to your left hand. Push down through it. Start to roll your right ribs back to open your right arm, either your right elbow or your right fingertips up toward the sky with a breath in. Exhale, thread your right arm through to the left, not toward the floor, just like straight across. Maybe a little bend in your left elbow. Again, inhale, peel open to the sky. Exhale, thread underneath, maybe a little bend. Let all the air out. Inhale back up toward the ceiling. And then circle your right hand back down to the floor. Extend your right leg back behind you. And really press through your heel, draw forward through your crown, take up space. Keep that. Then begin to roll your left ribs back. So your right leg is really strong. Roll your left ribs back, open your left arm to the sky. You could stay right here or begin to reach your left arm toward the back of the mat. Stay there or bend your back knee, your foot toward your hand. Where you are, lengthen your spine. Draw long through your spine and then let that go. Tuck your right toes behind you on the mat and then press through your hands, lift your belly, draw your left leg back toward three-legged dog. Breath in. Exhale, round knee toward your chest. Pull your belly in, draw your knee toward your nose. Inhale, re-extend back behind you, get long. Exhale, left knee draws across toward your right ribs or your right tricep. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, left knee draws in toward your belly, toward your nose. Lift through your hips to step forward, bringing your back knee down. Settle your right hand on a block or on the floor. Sweep your left arm forward and up. Press down through this left thigh. And then as you start to reach back, draw your hips back as well. Spin your left hand back down to earth, your heart toward the earth. It's a half split shape, yeah, Ardha Hanumanasana. Smooth that out a little. Inhale, lunge forward, left arm forward and up. Rotate through your ribs. Exhale, draw your hips back. Bring your hand down to earth, fold over your leg. Long breaths. Inhale, forward, reach your left arm tall. Exhale, draw your hips back, your fingertips to the earth, heart down. One more time, reach forward and up. Exhale, tuck your toes behind you, lift your back knee. Again, that back leg is super strong. From here, turn all your toes to the left. Yeah, so you're kind of facing the side edge of your mat. Roll your left ribs back, open up with breath. And any amount, drop your right hip a bit. Reach your left hand toward the back of the mat. So you've got this long stretch on your left side. Then lift through your hips, push through both feet, left arm overhead by your ear. Once more, let your hips sink down, reach back behind you. Inhale, reach up and over. Bring your left hand back down to earth. Bring your toes back toward the front of the mat. Press through your hands to step back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breath in, breath out. It's our first time in this shape. For this moment, draw into your arm bones, lift to the back of your heart, breathe. Draw back through your seat. Soften your knees a little so you could really pull your hip creases back and up. And then lift through your hips, lift through your heels, wave forward toward plank. Extend through your spine and then lower all the way down to the floor. Press through your feet, firm your legs, and begin to lift your heart forward and up, Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Soften as you exhale. Could be a really low cobra. It's about lengthening your spine. Press down and back through your toes, forward through your heart, lift. Soften down. One more time. Press down to lift up. Stay lifted, press through hands and feet to come back through that tabletop shape. Adjust as you need to here. Press down through your right hand, peel your left ribs back till your left fingers lift, elbow or fingers to the ceiling. Use your exhale to thread your left arm through to the right, maybe a little bend in your right elbow. Inhale, push through your legs, reach up. Exhale, thread to the right. Inhale, reach up. And then circle your arm back and down to the earth. Extend your left leg back. Press through your heel, forward through your crown. Lengthen yourself out. But press down through your hands. Draw your rib cage up in toward your body, toward the center. Peel right arm now open to the sky. Again, elbow or fingers. Stay here or reach back behind you, shoulders away from your ears, both shoulders. Stay here or bend your back knee, your foot toward your hand. Where you are though, lengthen out, breathe. And then release that slowly. Right hand back to earth, your left toes tuck behind you. Press through your hands, lift right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Lift through center, knee toward your nose or your chest. Inhale, extend back, push through both hands. Exhale across the body, right knee toward your left ribs or left tricep. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, lift knee toward your nose, lift your hips to step forward. Back knee down. Untuck your toes. Reach your right arm forward and up. Again, press down through your right thigh. That's going to help your hips stay steady. Reach back through your right fingertips. Then reach your hips back. Trace your right fingers down to the floor. Fold, half split, Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, draw forward, right arm forward and up. Exhale, right arm back, your hips draw back, then fold over your leg. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Different this time. Inhale, forward and up, pause. And again, really draw this left arm bone back so your shoulder's away from your ear and you're steady in your shoulder. Tuck your toes behind you, lift your back knee, let that back leg get really strong. Keep that, but turn all 10 toes to the right. Might have to heel toe your right foot back toward the left a little bit. Press through both feet, lift through your hips, lift through your right ribs, open up. Could stay here, or sink your hips down any amount, reach your right arm back so you open across the chest. Inhale, lift up. Reach your right arm up overhead by your ear. Exhale, dip your hips, reach back. Inhale, lift your hips, reach forward. Then bring it back, hands to the earth, toes forward. Step forward to fold, Uttanasana. forward fold. Bring some weight forward, shake some things out if you need to. But again, this is just the first fold, so let it be layer by layer. Full breath in, like you could breathe through your feet up to center. Breathe out along your spine toward the earth. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees, rise, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, bring your arms wide and back behind you, and then fold back down, Uttanasana. That again. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, rise from the back of your heart, chair pose. Exhale, arms go wide and down, fold forward. Different this time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Chair pose settles deep. Lift your heart up. Sweep your right arm back, right ribs back. Keep pressing your right shin forward. That'll keep you balanced, yeah? Breath in here. Stay steady at the center. Push through your right foot to step your left toes toward the back of the mat. A little twist here. Push this right thigh down. Lift the crown of your head. Lift your back thigh up. Stay with the exhale. Inhale, sweep both arms forward and up. Spin your back heel down toward warrior one. Sorry if I faked you out if you thought we were going to warrior two. Warrior one, press through both feet, grow a bit taller. This time, try to keep the front ribs drawn in, center it a bit more as you open your arms wide and back behind you. Stay in your lunge as you reach forward, navel to spine. Reach up, push through both feet, reach tall. Exhale, circle your arms down, forward. Stay here, pour your weight forward till your left toes lift. Stay here, warrior three, or hands to heart center. Breath in. Reach through your toes, reach through your crown. Inhale, left knee toward your chest. Draw everything back toward center. Almost like you could step down onto something, stand taller. And now circle your left arm back, twist. Just a breath of balance here. Hug towards center. Expand from there. Root that right leg and lift through your right thigh. And then bend your right knee, press your left heel back. Now we go toward warrior two. Now that we're opened up, back heel lands, settle. Really strong through both legs. Push into the earth. Expand yourself out. Push through both feet. Lift your heart. Lift your right arm up and back. Exalted warrior. Exhale, up and forward, side angle. Parsva Konasana. Here, as before, roll your left ribs back. Reach your left fingers straight up toward the ceiling, right out of your shoulder. Exhale, push through both feet, warrior two. Inhale, lift up and back. This time, extend your right leg. Tip forward and down, Trikonasana. But the same as in Parsva Konasana, roll your left ribs back. I like to imagine pressing my left palm into something as leverage to twist. Lengthen your spine, big breath. Exhale as warrior two. Inhale, expand. Exhale, both hands down to the mat, pause. Free your back heel away from the mat. Root your left hand, peel your right arm to the sky. Again, press down through your right thigh. Pull back through the left arm bone. Keep all that, but turn all your toes to the right. Your choice. Could do that same sort of dip of the hips and lift again, or step toward side plank, right foot on top of the left, right foot in front of the left, or bend your right knee toward wild thing. Wherever you are, we got 2 breaths. Root into the earth to climb out of it. Full body breath in. If you stepped your right foot back, you got to step it forward. Right knee toward your chest to step. toward the top of the mat. Then both hands come down, both feet come forward. Bring your weight forward to step, to fold forward, Uttanasana. Full body breath in, breath out. Press through your feet, inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, settle low. One time, chair pose. Circle your arms wide and fold down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sweep your left arm back. Left shin keeps pressing forward. Shoulders relax. Shifting your weight left, push down. Draw up through the center to press your right heel back. Your toes land. Press through your left thigh down into the earth. Up through the back thigh toward the ceiling. Twist. Breath in, hug in. Exhale, expand. Toward warrior one, sweep forward and up. Spin your back heel down. Settle in. Again, push through both feet. Pull this left hip back a bit as you reach tall. Trying to keep your torso feel like an integrated unit as you peel your arms wide and down. Reach forward, navel to spine. Reach up. Open up, arms wide and down. Hinge forward and stay. Draw your left hip back, lift through your belly. Pour forward till your right toes lift. Reach through your toes, down through your left foot, forward through the crown. Get all the way opened up. And then pull in, right knee toward your chest. Press through your left foot to reach up. Breath in. Exhale, right arm swims back, open to twist. Again, hug in together. Keep that hug, but expand from there. Breath in. Exhale, press your right heel back, bend your left knee toward warrior two. Land here. Press through both feet, expand. Settle in. Lift through your heart, lift your left arm up and back. The back leg is still strong. Up and forward, Parsva Konasana. Pause just again to roll your right ribs back, shoulders away from your ears. Press through both feet toward warrior two. Inhale up and back, then extend your left leg. Tip forward. The left side stays just as long as the right. Trikonasana. Again, imagine pressing into something through your right palm to roll your right ribs back. Keep drawing your arm bones back, shoulders away from your ears. Take a breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Breath in. Exhale, both hands spin down to the mat. Pick up your back heel. Left arm sweeps forward and up. Find that same rotation of the rib cage. But again, pulling your right arm bone back, strong through the back leg. And then turn all your toes left. May need to scoot this left foot back toward the center of the mat. Press down, lift your hips, lift your heart open. Stay here, or drop your hips and lift back up a few times. Or step back toward your version of side plank on this side. May not be the same as the other side, by the way. Might be, might not be. But breathe where you are. 2 breaths. And again, if you stepped back toward a version of side plank, you gotta step forward again. Both hands to the earth. Step back, this time Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Breath in. Breath out. Soften through your knees, draw your hips back. Exhale, wave forward toward plank. Inhale there, just to lengthen out. And then roll yourself all the way down to the earth. Breath in. Breath out. Press down and back through your feet, forward and up through your heart, Bhujangasana. Soften as you exhale. Same again, or lift up and lift your hands. Maybe your toes, maybe you reach back toward your toes, but hug toward center. Tuck your chin in to lengthen. Soften back down. Just for a breath, inhale. Exhale. One more round here. Lengthen to lift. Your version could also bend your knees, capture your feet as we've done on each side so far. But where you are, it's just a breath. Yeah, layer by layer. And then release back down. Bring your hands to the earth. Walk your your elbows under your shoulders, a sphinx pose. Again, reach down and back through your feet. Lift through your belly just a little to support you. Press it down through your hands and pull your heart through and forward. Find a breath in, back to the back of your lungs. Breath out. Keep rooted through both hands. Bend your left knee, but instead of kicking your left foot up, turn your left knee out to the left. Looks like you're in a tree pose, but your foot doesn't have to touch your leg, yeah? Root your left hip, the front of your left hip down toward the earth. Toward is the key word. Stay here, lengthen out. Breath in. Soften what you can, exhale. Press through your left hand. Lift your left elbow enough that you could slide your right arm through to the left. And lay yourself down. Yeah. And you can stay open, right? You could bring your right temple toward the earth. You could press your left hand into the earth and roll your left ribs back. That'll be a twist. Yeah. Or you could open up along the front of your right arm by turning your heart and your head down toward the floor. It's just which stretch is feeling needed right now. We're slowing it down, so see if you might find a bigger, freer breath, even in this twisty space. And slowly, again, step by step, we're going to unwind this shape that we're in. So if you've walked your left hand in, you got to walk it forward again. Bring your left elbow down. Unwind your right arm back toward your sphinx pose. Extend your right leg back. You might take a breath again in that sphinx pose just to lengthen everything out before we find the other side. Bending your right knee out to the right, like a wide tree pose. Give yourself a couple of breaths just to soften. Yeah, because that right hip is probably hiked way up, so let it settle down as much as it can. You might inch your right hand forward a little bit to press down, lifting your right elbow to thread your left arm through. And then again, your choice to stay open here, maybe pressing through your right hand to roll your ribs back, keeping your right hip toward the earth. That's what makes the twisting happen. Or you could turn your heart down toward the earth. Unless you're wearing a microphone and that would smush it, in which case probably don't do that. This time we're going to unravel in a different way. A lot of you have done this with me before because I love this transition. Keeping your right knee, your right leg exactly where it is, out to the right. Keeping your left arm where it is. Just going to roll your right ribs back. Let your right arm fall across to the right. Now your right leg might move a bit. Yeah, we're moving toward a supine twist now. Draw your chin down toward your chest a bit to lengthen your spine. Release effort in this shape. Yeah, that's how you'll start to feel some benefit by allowing your spine to unravel, unstick itself, just with breath and time. When you feel ready, just roll yourself onto your back. You might wiggle back onto your mat if it bothers you to be off of it. Draw your left knee in toward your chest and then roll it over to the right. And just once you sort of position yourself in this shape, try to stop trying. Not forcing anything, not pushing or pulling, but just allowing yourself to be here. To let go. And then again, when you're ready, you might want to stay a little longer than the other side. Sometimes that happens. When you're ready, roll onto your back. Draw both knees in toward your chest. Might give yourself a little rock or a sway. Or if there's anything else calling to you, any other shapes that you need before you can be still, find that, because that's where we're headed. But if there's a happy baby shape or plow or a shoulder stand, anything, doesn't have to be a formal yoga asana, right? It could just be some shape that feels good to you. We're moving toward stillness, toward shavasana. Or you might prefer to end your practice in that same meditative seat where we began. And just take a few moments to find the support that you need, so that in this shape you can allow, you can be supported. I want you to know through this practice that you are supported through your interconnection to everything else. Everything that is, everything that will be, everything that came before. Our ancestors in life and in practice carried this practice forward for thousands of years from India and Africa across the world. Everywhere you've been, that led you right here. I invite you to stay in stillness as long as you can. I'll offer again in closing this sound of Om. It's a sound of resonance of all that came before and all that comes next and all that is now. Amplifying the resonance that connects us always. If you're joining me, find a breath in. Let that breath go toward Om, a breath in. It's from this resonance, from this deep interconnection, I bow to you with love and gratitude as always. I appreciate you showing up for yourself, for each other. Be good to yourself and each other. I'll see you soon. Hey friends, Michelle here. Thanks so much for being here. It means a lot to be able to share this practice and this community with you. If you want to support what we're up to, the easiest way is to like this video, subscribe to our channel, maybe even leave a comment. We love hearing requests and feedback, whatever you want to share with us. If you want to be sharing this practice in real life here in France, we have a retreat coming up in September. We'd love to see you there too. Get all the details at the link in the description. Hope to see you before then. Be well, be good to each other.